Welcome back to AM Northwest. You know, we've all heard the saying, move it or lose it. And when it comes to your health, it's really true. Here to share easy ways to get more movement in your day, we welcome back transformation coach Amy Light. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Why is daily exercise, I shouldn't say exercise, movement so important to all of us, especially as we get older?
Yeah, well, body in motion stays in motion.
Okay.
I love that. I think that Gilad said that back in the 80s, and it's so true. If you keep moving, you'll stay in motion.
Sure.
And it's so much easier than people think.
So when it comes to movement, we often talk in steps.
Yeah.
How many steps do you think we need each day?
Well, one is beneficial, but I love having a step watch. I think tools are really inexpensive now. A great tool to use is to track and just see what you're doing and give yourself little goals, measurable goals to increase your steps. I love the science behind 10,000 steps a day,
right,
and how much they're finding it is actually helping with longevity and bone density, all these things.
Yeah.
But even 4,000 steps shows benefits.
Oh, it does,
Yep.
right? And I was going to say, I think when it comes to 10,000 steps, I think it equals about 5 miles.
Yeah, it does.
It's a lot, really, for some people.
And it is doable, though, if
Yeah.
I love to take it down to segments. So
Yeah.
if I sit all day at work, and I'm not somebody that's been a walker yet,
Right.
I love to remind people it's not all or nothing. And so if I wake up and I do 10 minutes of steps a day, like
Yeah.
just to get going, get my blood flow, that can be 1,000 steps right there.
Okay.
Then maybe I set an alarm to do a lunch break, and I do another. So collectively, it's doable if you break it up, rather
Break it.
than thinking I've got to have this whole hour to walk if I'm not yet a walker.
Right. And also you can then, by then you'll say, oh, it's not worth it now.
Yeah,
At this point, it's
that's
not
right.
worth it. There was a time, I guess it was about 20 years ago, where you kind of went through a transformation.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Sure. Well, I had always loved fitness. I always loved working out. And through this experience, I actually found out that if you don't have your food mastered or know a lot about nutrition.
Tell me about this before and after.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I lost 50 pounds. I was still working out, and this is where I love to have the conversation and coach my clients on. Even if you're working out and training all the time, but you don't know how to eat and make food work for you with
Right.
that food freedom, then you can be putting on pounds. I was packing on the pounds, eating too much, even though I was training. And then when I found out how food works for me and overcame food addiction through self-talk, which is what my
Oh.
coaching is on,
Yeah.
it allowed me to use food for my good and then put it with my fitness, so that
Right.
now I just have kept it off.
So you're saying that picture where you're sitting on the ball
Yeah.
chair, is it a piano you're in front of right
I'm
there?
in my desk.
You were, your desk, you were working on your food, but not really, or you were working out, but not really working on your food, right?
I was doing about 2 hours of cardio a day, 50 pounds overweight, and it's because I didn't understand that my food was holding me back. It was
Part of the situation.
Yeah.
How important is working on muscle, building muscle, especially
awesome.
again as we age?
Yeah, especially when we get into perimenopause and menopause.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
for women. I love, if you're going to do anything, we talk about movement. If you have a limited amount of time during the day, I would rather you pick up 10 minutes, do dumbbells for 10 minutes, than actually go walk or run,
okay.
right? Because muscle burns more calories
Sure.
just sitting.
Yeah,
And so
doing
we're
nothing.
being more effective machines, basically, when we have more muscle. And we
Right.
need muscle for, keeping you out of assisted living later.
Yeah.
You're really thanking yourself later. And so that's what I love to focus on.
How do you sneak more movement? Because you believe that you can sneak movement into every day. So
Yeah.
how do you do that?
I love it. So I like to set alarms for walking breaks even.
Okay.
For me, with my kids, it really helps if I set even a short window. Obviously, I train people online, so I am working out before they wake up, and I know that's not easy, but I have to look at my schedule and say, when is it practical and going to help me with my mood, with my food choices to get that fitness time in. So I
Right.
do it before the kids wake up. But for somebody that might not ever have worked out in their life,
Yeah.
you don't have to wait. I have a lot of people that say, I'll call you when I get fit or when I get
Oh.
moving after I start walking more.
Yeah.
And I just want to remind people, like, it's setting the alarm for 5 minutes. It's doing a squat. And if you don't, a lot of people
Like
say,
you were saying that, like, if you're getting ready to do dishes or you're at the sink, do a couple squats.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Right?
easy stuff. And I mean, if you sit in a chair, So you can set an alarm where you're doing 2 squats
Yeah.
every.
Show me how you like to do squats. 'Cause
Sure.
you say sometimes we take it down too far.
Yeah, I love teaching just a simple squat. So
Okay.
if you have knee issues,
Yeah.
a lot of knee mobility issues, you can start with just doing leg raises out to the side.
Sure.
And a leg raise out to the side is actually strengthening your knees. So that's super easy to do when you're just standing in the kitchen,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
so
sure.
anybody has knee issues that says, I can't squat yet, that's a solution. For a regular squat, though, I love putting a chair behind I'd put a chair behind your cute booty.
Okay.
And I'd have you sit.
Thank you for
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'd have you sit back like you're sitting into the chair.
Okay.
And as you sit down in the chair, then you press through your heels and stand up, squeezing your glutes.
Oh, yeah, you can feel
Feel your
that.
buns?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's
Even
awesome.
in these shoes.
Yeah,
like
which
it
is
works.
impressive.
Thank you.
But it's just that kind of little stuff of that squat. You feel your glutes. Your glutes are the most important strength in your body for carrying you around, walking
Sure.
around, sitting you up. We want to be able to stand up the rest of our lives.
Right.
Right?
What would you say to our viewers? Give them maybe 2 or 3 things they could start today to do.
Sure. Well, if you have knee pain, that's what I'd say. I'd say whenever you're just standing around the house, I'd have
do
you do
that.
leg raises out to the side. Your knees are going to feel way better. And then if you don't feel comfortable doing squats because you have previous knee injuries or anything,
Sure.
then I would really have you focus on mastering your form, and you can do it right. And then setting walking alarms. Walking is mental health. It is a mood booster. So I'd have you get out and walk.
Yeah, and also I would think too that do the dumbbells for
Yeah.
you mentioned getting more muscle.
Yep,
There's
muscle.
a lot there. Yeah. Amy, thank you so much. I appreciate that. We'll put your tips on our website at k2.com. Thank you.
Awesome, yeah.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.